Without further ado, I think I will just introduce the next speaker, who is younger than me, of course, and but who is very, very outstanding. So, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is a purpose-driven business strategist who's transforming the way leaders find clarity and tell their stories in the digital age. Evelyn Chew is the founder and CEO of MOA Digital Media, a video marketing company that has helped over 100 CEOs and business leaders turn their stories into impactful videos that connect with audiences around the world. Her journey began in her family's traditional steel manufacturing business, where she witnessed firsthand how easily companies could lose relevance without embracing digital transformation. That experience inspired her mission to help family businesses evolve into digital empowered enterprises. Through the power of story, strategy, and now AI, Evelyn helps organizations humanize their brand, amplify their influence, and communicate with authenticity and purpose. Let's welcome the purpose-driven business strategist and AI storytelling expert, Evelyn Chew.
Thank you a lot, Yockling. Hi everyone, good afternoon. I love how Yockling sharing today is, I saw some comment from Cohen's, and some of it is saying that it's very soulful. And of course, today we are here, to have like a discussions, and also to remind that leaders that we will have to, have clarity in terms of our purpose and mission. I really like that. And good afternoon, everyone. Before we dive in, let's make it interactive. I know it's lunchtime. And I promise that the next 15 minutes will be engaging, meaningful, and leave you with something that creates a lasting impact. Now, I'd like to hear you from the chat, everyone here. What is, when you come to think about your internal communications in your organization right now, what is the one word that comes to your mind? Okay, please type in the chat. Okay, let's make this more interactive. It could be overwhelming, busy, silo, or maybe transforming. Okay, you can drop your words in the chat. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, I can see the strategic. Wow, transforming. Okay, great, thank you. And so that's exactly why we are here, to talk about how storytelling and AI can turn communications from reactive to purposeful, from a chaotic world right now to be more clear and with clarity. Now, across many organizations, I hear the same challenge. We have the right strategy, but our people don't seem to align. Departments speak different languages. Finance talks numbers, HR talks people, operation talks urgency, and somewhere in between the message gets lost. The result are often causing strategies misunderstood, change initiative become delayed, talents become disengaged, not from lack of skills, but lack of clarity. We are not facing a communication problem anymore. We are facing connection gap. And that's the gap that these programs that closes by teaching leaders to turn data and ideas into story, to align, engage, and inspire actions. Now, across the organization I work with, I always saw these three challenges that keep showing up, regardless of industry or sizes. Firstly, it's the functional silos that make collaboration harder than it should be. Secondly, reactive communication, people rushing to respond, but not always connect. And thirdly, digital overload. We added more tools, but somehow created less human connections. And the reality is, digital transformation doesn't succeed unless human communication transforms with it. So that's why storytelling supported with AI is now become more than a creative skill. It's a strategic L&D capability that drives clarity, trust, and collaboration across the enterprise. Okay, so a quick background about myself. Like what Yockling mentions, I actually started MOA Digital Media. Over the past, I have the privilege to work with many organizations such as DBS, BNP Paribas, Sumitomo, Asia Green Group, and more. My work has been also recognized with the Spirit of Enterprise, ASEAN of the Future, Women of the Future Award, and recently it's become the Singapore most celebrated 60 speakers and trainers among most of the trainers over here. Now, through this experience, I've helped leadership teams, HR departments, and cross-functional units turn complex information into story that drive clarity, collaboration, and change. These are the clients we've served before. We serve from MNCs, public listed company, SMEs, and over these 100 clients, we found one thing in common, which are clarity, connections, culture, and impact. One leads to another. Many company leaders today have the strategy, but not the clarity. Clarity is about where to lead their team next, like what Yong Ling mentioned, the mission, the purpose of individuals and also to the organizations. And also this will lead to how to build real connections between their people, departments, and even their clients. Without clarity, communications becomes fragmented. Without connections, culture becomes reactive instead of proactive. Whether it's internal or external, top level or ground level, every leaders need to first find clarity on where they are taking their organizations to. Because once they have clarity, we can build connections. With connection, we have stronger communications among the teams, alignment with employees, and deeper engagement with our customers. And that connection is what we shape the culture, a culture of trust, purpose, and collaborations. When clarity leads to connections and connection builds culture, that's when organizations begin to see tangible results. You will see employee happiness increase that lead to higher productivity, talent retentions, and meaningful business impact. And this is exactly where AI and storytelling comes in. They help leaders communicate that clarity, amplify human connection, and align teams through authentic and empathetic narratives. Now imagine, let's take a scenario. Imagine you are the leader of your company and your finance team walked into the meeting to present their monthly results. On the left, they show you a slide filled with numbers and charts, income up by 8%, expenses down by 2%, market shares increased by 1.5%. Technically accurate, but what does it mean? Now on the right, they show you the same data presented as a story, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so. Based on this number, we discovered our sales increased because one of our competitors exited the market. These shifts in demands give us a new opportunity if we invest in R&D and new product lines now. We can capture 10% more market share within the next quarter. Same data, different delivery. Now, which presentation would you prefer as a leader? Type in the chat, the left one or the right one? Okay, all right, so exactly the right one. Because when there is visualizations and storytelling, your brains connect the dots faster. You don't just see the data, you understand the opportunity. Study shows that people remember stories 22 times more than standalone. And 90% of the information transmitted in the brain is visual processed 600,000 times faster than text. So the takeaway is clear. If we want employees and leaders to act on strategy, we must make them feel the story behind the numbers. Here's what your teams will need to do. Here's what your team needs to succeed. The ability to turn data into dialogue. For example, imagine your finance team representing a number as the narrative of impact. We do this through my HEART framework. Okay, so H means history, which means the context behind the projects. E, which means the episode. What happened to this cycle? A, which is the achievement. What is the key results and impact? And R is the role. Who collaborated and how? And T is the tenderness. The team, the human. Why does it matter? And the lastly is the S, the next steps for growth. So we then layer the AI on top of all this. We will teach your team how to prompt this with Copilot to build this 6 elements authentically. And this is what we call the AI with love, where technology serves human connections. So we've designed 2 integrated programs that address the human and the digital sides of communication transformations. Program number 1 is AI Storytelling Intelligence, that we provide practical tools to make internal communications engaging, structured, and empathetic using the HEART framework. Now, second is the Clarity Effect program that is leadership transformation experience that builds awareness, empathy, and purpose through conscious communications. Now, these 2 programs designed to work hand in hand because communication transformation doesn't start with slides or scripts. It starts with the state of mind. It starts with the clarity. So the program is scalable and customizable for finance, HR, operation, and leadership teams. In summary, the Clarity Effect program focuses on the inner world of the leaders, helping them to slow down, notice what's happening insight, and communicate from awareness rather than reactions. When a leader pauses, or rather we pauses with our SBS framework, stop, breathe, and see, they create a space for empathy and intention. That's where AI storytelling and intelligence come in. It builds on the state with skills using the HUTS framework and AI tool to turn data, reports, and strategies into message people that actually remember. So one help you see clearly with the clarity effect, and the other one with the AI storytelling intelligence that help you speak clearly. Now, together, they form a 360 capability, clarity in thoughts, clarity in expression. Because when leaders think clearly and communicate authentically, alignments happens, and that's where we transform the culture of the organizations. Okay, so a quick testimonial from our clients from Asia Green Group. They see that after the program, their team aligned with love and awareness and more empathy, performance follows. Their productivity grows by 20 to 30%, turnover drop, and decision-making become faster with the AI operations. Because they are a property developer, they sold over 60,000 of units and even evolved their brand into ecological developer. They are not just building developments. They are building sustainable communities with heart. And next is from Asia Plywood. At once, their company organization felt lost, struggling with conflicts and finances. After our programs, their operation improved by 30%, decision-making by 20%, and even turned from losses to break even within 6 months. With the clarity of the CEO, they come up with differentiated customer strategies that build stable recurring orders. They become the authority leader that even can increase 10% of their selling price. So each programs actually includes built-in measurements. Okay, so with pre and post storytelling competency assessment, we measure from the chaos and the communications, measure the connection gaps, emotional engagement, leaders, communication with clarity, and AI integrations. And collaborations and leadership communication scores and engagement pulse checks within 90 days. So we don't just deliver inspiration, we track performance and transformations. So how we are different from other organizations? Our mission is to help to evolve your company to be a purpose-driven and future-ready enterprise that set you apart from your competitors, including AI and humanoids, to stay competitive. Many still using AI like a search engine just to find answer faster. But AI is much more than that. It's a partner for thinking, creating, and connecting. As we are entering what I call the AI ecological world, it's a world that humans and AI must work hand in hand with love, empathy, and clarity. So AI brings speed and structure, human bring wisdom and heart. So both work together harmoniously, we can create not just an organization with efficiency, but deeply connected, innovative, and become more human. So for HR and L&D, this is the next frontier. The future of workforce isn't just digital, it's AI literate and emotionally intelligent. We are developing leaders and teams who use AI for insights, but communicate with empathy, drive innovation with clarity and purpose, balance speeds with sustainability and efficiency with ethics. That's why I call this is an AI ecological enterprise where technology amplifies human potential and culture that can drive sustainable growth. So we typically start with a pilot in one department. We can help to measure the results, then scale to enterprise-wide. You'll receive implementation tools, toolkits, templates, post-training support, including micro-learning follow-ups and reflections challenges. Our team provide ongoing consultation to ensure learning translates into business impact. So now you have a path to enhance organizational performance through clarity, communication, and culture. Let's co-design a pilot to demonstrate the real impact in your leadership or departmental teams. I'm here as your strategic partner to ensure implementation success and accelerate your L&D impact. Because when communications become a story, alignment happens. And when alignment happens, transformations accelerates. Here's my contact detail. I'm happy to have a 15 minutes discovery call to explore how we can design a pilot that brings this to life in your organization for 2026 and beyond. Thank you.